Hey, board gamers, PJ from Board Game Gumbo here, back in the Gumbo pot with another unboxing. This time it's just a small box expansion for one of my favorite card games, Rebel Princess, the deluxe edition. This is from Zombie Paella and Bezier Games. The expansion is called Happily Never After. Let's get right to that Game Toppers table and see what's inside this little expansion. All right, so Rebel Princess Happily Never After. This is from an expansion for that game, but it says it's for the deluxe expansion, deluxe edition expansion, and I'll show you as I go through this why this is compatible with the Bezier edition, the deluxe edition, but maybe how you can still fit it in if you have the Zombie Paella edition. So let's take a look. It's kind of like book style, so it's basically incorporating all the stuff into this kind of cool little storybook. It's very thematic. Rebel Princess is a trick-taking game based on hearts. We like to call it hearts with special powers, right? With wacky powers and wacky round rules. So instead of just your normal pick and take your cards and pass to the left, in this one, each round it's going to be a little different. And instead of not trying to get hearts, what you're trying to do is we're all princesses and we are at a ball and we don't want to get married, so we're trying to avoid the prince. Each of the princes are bad for us, and so they have marriage proposals and we don't want those. And of course there's a frog which is of a different suit than the princes, and that frog is worth 5 marriage proposals. And just like golf, you want the lowest score at the end of the game, not the highest score. So that frog, which is the 8, is something that every player has to account for when they look at their hand. And of course, the fact that there are special powers for each player, that's what really gives the spice for the game. A little cayenne, each of the princesses has a different, unique power, and they're just so much fun. So I was super excited when Bezier Games sent us this expansion. So it is a review copy. But in taking a look at it, I just love this production. I think this is so neat. What I'm going to do with it, I'm not sure because I really want to keep this. But okay, so these come with 2 new little cardboard-sized cards for the 2 new princesses. And the first one is called Red Riding Hood, and it says, unmask. On your turn, ask for a specific card, and if a player has it, trade it for another card of the same suit. Ooh, that's very situational, but that can be very powerful. Now, these special powers are one-time use only during the round, and then you'll flip it over or tap it however you want. And so you on this one, you're asking for a card from a player, from any player, and if so, you'll say, "Hey, I want the 4 of whatever," and if they have that, then they got to give that up, and then you'll trade it from the same suit. Now, if you'll notice, I've got the Zombie Paella, the original edition, and that's why I'll show you the difference in how those are compatible and how they're not. You'll see that in the original edition, it was just cards. So these are definitely different size and of course thickness. I actually like the Bezier edition as much as I like the Zombie Paella edition for its compactness. I like the Bezier edition because this cardstock, it shows you the difference between the cards, and everybody knows what that is. That means that it's not a card that's been played. That is the princess power, and whether or not it's been used, which is a critical element when you're playing this game. You have to know, especially certain of the princesses when they're played. The next one is Swan Maiden, and that is temporarily hidden. On your turn, choose to play last on any trick. Oh, very powerful. You can see what everybody else is playing, and then drop the card that you really want. 2 really cool special powers, and as you can see, nice cardboard production. And then on the other side of the expansion, we've got those tarot-sized cards, which are the round cards. These tell you what's going to happen during that round. Now, in the base game of Zombie Paella, round cards are very, I want to say vanilla. It's just that they'll just say, like wedding gift. You'll give a card to your left. You'll trade a card to the player on your left and trade a card with the player on your right. Or it's 3 cards or 1 card. There's a couple or 2 cards. And so as you can see, there's nothing that really unique happens other than the trading, and it also determines which way you're going to trade the cards. And then we'll compare that to the Rebel Princesses deluxe editions, which are big, giant tarot size cards as opposed to those little small cards. And as you can see, you might not trade at all, or they have, in Ted Alspach, typical Ted Alspach fashion, they'll have crazy round rules. Like the surprise wedding says, the player who leads announces the suit of their card but plays it face down. So the whole round you have this wacky rule here. Bequeath. Not only do you trade 3 cards to your left, but whoever takes the last trick of the round gives all of their tricks to the player on their left. So you definitely don't want the player on your right to win anything because they're just going to dump it on you. Let's see, I want to look at one more. Secret bid. Place a card face down. If you win as many tricks as the number on that card, receive -1 proposal per trick. Very interesting. Okay. So we do that in Xylotar too, where you're secretly bidding, and that's how you're trying to win. So you're going to bid one of your cards and then try to match that number so that you can get even less proposals. Okay. So as you can see, these 6 cards are going to, if you're used to just the regular Zombie Paella, you might not be, you might be like, wow, these really changed rules, but that's how the deluxe edition does it. So we've got the 6, same old story. Each prince is worth -1 proposal. You want to win them. Oh, wow. Okay, I like that. Same old story. Boy meets girl. Girl does want to marry boy. Some enchanted evening. Each player discards a card lower than 8. Then all discarded cards are added together. When a player plays a card that exceeds that sum, they win the current trick. Wow, these are really... And then the last one, it's too drafty in here. Keep 2 cards face down and pass the rest of the cards to the left. Repeat until you have passed all of your cards. You may view, but not pass any face down cards. Interesting. Okay, so if you like wacky game powers, oh, and it also comes with extra score sheets. So if you need some score sheets, it's got a big score pad, and of course the rules that explain all the different round cards and the princess cards. And it also, as you'll see, explains the promo princess cards, and that's why I have them out today. I'll show those to you real quick. You can get these at conventions or from Bezier. And this is Kingmaker. So we got another princess that you can play, and it's Beauty from Beauty and the Beast. Immediately after you play a card, switch any 2 cards except the frog that have been played. Super fun. That's very interactive. That is definitely going in the game. And of course, we've got Armacina. That's one I'm not familiar with. It's got a mirror in it. And so it actually has a mirror in the tile, so you can see yourself. And the power is reflection. Use the power of any princess in the game that has not been activated yet this round. So that's every player. You got access to their powers. That's a really cool one. So that's everything you see there. All right. So that is everything you're going to get in the Rebel Princess Happily Never After. I also showed you the 2 bonus cards that don't actually come inside the game, but I got access to them with the review copy. So if you can find those, you can get the Beauty and the Reflection from Carmacina, and also showed you the different tarot size cards. Now, as I was saying, we have the original edition here, the Zombie Paella edition, and we've got the tarot size round cards and cardboard stock tiles of the princess. So yes, it would be tough to insert the round cards in it's tough to integrate any of the deluxe edition stuff with the original one. So the expansion is going to be obviously the same thing. But of course, if you already know what princesses you want to play with, you could throw those in. So you could throw the 4 that we have here. Integrating the round cards would be difficult. It's probably better if you have the original edition, either to just stick with that edition or to upgrade and get that deluxe edition so that you can have all the same size. And I will tell you, it does make a difference when you're playing the game that you can see that the princess cards are small and cardboard sized. They just stand out on the table much better, and people players can tell that your player power hasn't been used yet, which is, as I said earlier, an important facet of the game when you're playing the strategy. That's everything you get in there. I want to thank Bezier Games for sending this to us. And until next time, c'est le bon temps rouler.